What's good YouTube? It's Fontaine, music producer and mix engineer. And in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to mix trap rap vocals. First of all, I want to show you the mix with the lead vocals, with all the processing and all the effects on there, along with the beat, just so you get an idea of where it's at now. Secondly, I'll show you the vocals unprocessed, all the plugins bypassed, so you get an idea of where it started. Then I'll go step by step and how to get the vocals to slap in the mix. Let's jump straight in.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter? You don't know my press. I'm the type to not ask you twice. Set it up like Obi dress. Old school is a school I like. No fools in the pool I vibe.
So that's the vocal, the lead vocal, with processing on there, EQ, compression, bit of de-essing going on, and then the effects, verb, delays. Now I'm going to play you the vocal bone dry, all raw, with nothing on.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter? You don't know my press. I'm the type to not ask you twice. Set it up like Obi dress. Old school is a school I like.
So you can hear there's a massive difference. It's boring, it's dull, and it's lifeless. So now let's get straight into it. With trap, I like to throw in some form of pitch correction, just to sort of keep the vocal in tune with the rest of the song. I know the key of this song is C minor. I'm using Logic's stock plugin, pitch correction, with a small percentage of correction going on, and I'll put it in natural minor scale and the root key of C. Let's turn that on.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter? You don't know my press. I'm the type to not ask you twice. Set it up like Obi dress. Old school is a school I like. No fools in the pool I vibes. Better know your tools and device.
So I've stuck it just on halfway really. I don't want it to be too, you know, T-Painy or Lil Wayne type of effect. I don't want it to be too strong. So it's quite moderate, but it's just keeping that vocal in tune with the rest of the track. Secondly, I like to throw on this plugin. It's called Radiator from Soundtoys. I absolutely love this plugin. It gives the vocal nice warmth, nice body, and a nice sort of fullness to the vocal. And it makes the overall vocal sound a lot more upfront and clear. I've used a setting called Vocal Warmer, and there's nothing wrong with using presets when you're using plugins. It's always a good starting point, and then I tweak from there. Let's have a little listen.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter? You don't know my press. I'm the type to not ask you twice. Set it up like Obi dress.
Sounding a lot nicer already. Third in my chain, Logic stock EQ. I've rolled off a lot of low ends, 190 hertz, just to take away a lot of that low end information that we don't really need, which usually just makes the vocal sound muddy, in contrast to the rest of the mix. And I've done a few notches, one at 144 hertz. I took about 3.5 dB off there. Another one at about 465 hertz, which I'm actually going to sort of round up to 500 hertz, take away some of that boxiness. And again at around 1K. And I've gone down 4 dB there, and I've just sort of cleaned up the vocal. And I'm just doing mainly subtractive EQ here. I'm just cleaning up the vocal, taking away any unwanted frequencies, and just dealing with a nice clean vocal. Let's have a listen to how it sounds now.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter? You don't know my press.
It's sounding a lot clearer, a lot cleaner. It's already sounding a lot smoother. Now what I want to do is add in a bit of high end, give the vocal a bit of presence, a bit of clarity. Mag EQ4 from Plugin Alliance, absolutely love this on vocals. I've boosted about 4 dB at 10K. Let's have a little listen here.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter?
So it's bright, it's opened up the vocal a bit on the top end, but it's not harsh, you know, because especially, you know, using DAWs, DAWs, in this day and age, digital music can sound a bit harsh, a bit cold, but this is just perfect. Opens up the vocal a bit, gives it a nice sheen, bit of polish on top, but it's not too harsh. Then I feed into a de-esser, and this is just the de-esser from Waves. Again, a very simple but effective de-esser. I've used another preset. I went to Mel S, but I've raised the frequency to about 4748. And I've lowered the threshold quite a bit, just to take away a bit of those sibilance words, a bit of plosive, just to round off the vocal, make it a little bit smoother, but still keeping that clarity within the lead vocal. Let's have a little listen.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter? You don't know my press. I'm the type to not ask you twice. Set it up like Kobe dress. Old school is a school I like.
A lot of sibilance there, very sounding. So that de-esser tamed those frequencies for me and made the overall vocal sound a lot smoother. And then again, after that, I've added the Mag EQ4 once again. I'm boosting just under, I'm boosting 3.5 dB at 20k this time. Like I said, the air band on this, it just sounds beautiful, gives it that sheen, gives the vocal that glossiness, that polish, just that little sizzle on top. And I've just boosted, like I said, 3.5 there. And let's have a little listen to what it's sounding like now.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter? You don't know my...
I'm happy with that. It's sounding clean, it's sounding warm, it's sounding very weighty, but it's cutting through the mix, and it's got a nice shiny high end. So I'm happy with the lead vocal as it is right now. Now we get creative. What we need, some verb. So I'm using an aux channel, which I've already bust out to an auxiliary channel, and on there I'm using the Valhalla vintage verb. This plugin for reverb, this slaps, and this sounds beautiful, and it doesn't even cost a lot. Literally, I haven't touched a thing. This is the bog standard default setting when you load it up, and I've just turned up the send there ever so slightly. So let's have a little listen with the verb on it.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter? You don't know my press. I'm the type to not ask you twice. Set it up like Kobe dress. Old school is a school I like. No fools in the pool like vibes. Better know your tools and devices, man.
So that just gives the vocals some ambience, some vibe, some space, some movement, to get the vocal to sort of blend and gel with the rest of the track. And like I said, just to give it some vibe. And then what I've done, I've sent another auxiliary track going to another amazing plugin for the delay. It's called Echo Boy, again from Sound Toys. I highly recommend them if you can buy them. They're not exactly cheap, but if you can get your hands on these plugins, they are worth their weight in gold. So let's have a little listen.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter? You don't know my press. I'm the type to not ask you twice. Set it up like Kobe dress. Old school is a school I like. No fools in the pool like vibes. Better know your tools and devices.
As you heard when I stopped the music there, you heard the tail end of the echo going. And it's just ping pong is from left to right. It's swinging from left to right, giving the vocal, you know, some nice movement. And some nice space within the mix. So let's have a listen to it with all the processing on and with all the effects on.
It's nada. Go hard, then a man goes harder. Spent nights at the round table, and now that I'm able, I come like Arthur. Why would you barter? You don't know my press. I'm the type to not ask you twice. Set it up like Kobe dress. Old school is a school I like. No fools in the pool like vibes. Better know your tools and devices. Man, at Osiris, I got my ISIS. I can see through your lies in your iris. Sip tea, but that shit so Irish. I'm doubling my cake by the slices. Don't post though, that ain't what my life is. My picture is painted in silence.
And there you go, guys. That's how you mix trap rap vocals with only a handful of plugins. It didn't take too long. So as you saw there, I processed the vocal. I took out some of the unwanted frequencies. I cleaned up the vocal a bit. I used a saturation plugin to give a bit of warmth and some body to the vocal. Then I started adding some high end to open up the vocal a touch, give it that sizzle and that nice polished high end. Bit of de-essing to tame those sibilant and those, you know, harsh words and phrases. Then another bit of EQ just to sort of give it a final sheen and polish to the high end of the vocal to make it cut through the mix. And then I went on to some creative processing with my effects channels, using some reverb and some delay just to give it some movement, some creativity, some vibe and some swag. And that's how you get the vocals to slap in trap rap music.